Welcome back to the Magic Mechanic Show here on WDBO, the show that can help you with any problem you may be having with your car or truck. From a sound to your Christmas light dashboard, we can help you with any vehicle problems like that. You just have to call 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO, or leave an open mic in the WDBO app. And Larry, that's where we find ourselves now in the open mic feature session of the show. And here is open mic number 1.
I wanted to see if Larry could give us the latest advice for the problematic Chevy 8-speed automatic transmissions. This one's in a 2018 diesel van. Thank you.
The first thing that you're going to wind up having issues with is usually the torque converter. If you're going down the road and you're feeling this shuddering taking place, it's usually the torque converter clutch slipping in the transmission. You know, and it's kind of like this. The transmissions, we have issues with them. If the vehicle's got, say, 80 to 100,000 mile on it, I mean, I hate to sound like the Grim Reaper here, but it's like this. You know, if we're going to pull the transmission out of these things, it's a good idea to probably, you know, to put a torque converter in. It's not a bad idea to go ahead and go through the transmission at the same time. You know, we have a builder that we use at Magic Mechanic. I don't build them like I used to, but I've got a gentleman that does building for me, and we can go through them and you know, just make sure everything's in good shape, because you don't want to, if you're going to pull the transmission out anyway to do the torque converter, you know, because of them being so problematic, you know, on any other transmission, if it's got a bad converter in it and the tranny fluid's clean, throw the converter in it and be done with it. But on them transmissions, those 8 speeds, they've just been so many problems with them. GM, now, they replaced a lot of torque converters on a lot of these under a warranty or an extended type of warranty. So you may want to check with GM. Just to see if there's any kind of coverage for the torque converter on it. But if we're going to pull a transmission out of one of them, especially if it's 4-wheel drive, I really strongly suggest just go through the unit while we've got it out, you know, and then put the new torque converter in it, and then you're off to the races. And also remember, on all them these newer GM trucks, you've got to put amsoil in the rear differentials. You have to. You don't have a choice in the matter. If you don't, you're going to wind up with a handful of shrapnel, and there's probably no parts to fix it with, and nobody's got a rear diff for that vehicle. And if you do get a used one, it probably needs to be rebuilt anyway. So those are some very problematic powertrain components in a lot of those trucks, and it's widespread. Everything from Cadillac to Silverados to GMCs, Yukons. I mean, it just goes on and on. Even you get into your smaller trucks, and you got those same type of issues. So those vintages from probably around 16, 17, and newer are the ones you really need to be concerned with. So make sure you service them with AMSOIL. It's the only prayer you got. I'll put it to you like that. Thanks for the call.